No.
There is about a 10 to 15-foot alligator that was in the road, and it is now thrashing around in front of one of the units in their door, and it is huge. And if that owner wakes up, they're going to be in big problems because it's right there in front of their door, and he's making a sound. I mean, he's thrashing.
Got a lot more than just outside of her house. That call from that you just heard from 911 to police, it's a close call with a gator. That's common here in Florida, right? I can't think of a case, though, when a gator broke into a person's home, and that's exactly what happened this morning in Eagles Landing. It's a neighborhood in Clearwater, and 10 News reporter Bo Zimmer is out there.
This morning, major flooding in several states with swollen rivers bursting their banks.
Take a look at that. Flooding expected to reach historic levels with some residents urged to leave their homes and move to safer areas. ABC's Zachary Quiche is in Dardendale, Arkansas. Zachary, good morning.
Tom and Eva, good morning to you. We're here alongside the Arkansas River. Parts of this state saw more than 15 inches of rain in the month of May alone, one of its wettest months in years. And all of this water needs a place to go. That levee breached at about 12 o'clock going into Thursday. Friday morning, the impact has been absolutely devastating for some of those low-lying areas. I'm talking about homes and businesses in those areas. Other parts of the central U.S., including places like Oklahoma, Kansas, and Missouri, are also dealing with major flooding as well.
Recorded on CCTV on Wednesday, this was the moment when hundreds of migrants illegally crossed the southern border into the United States. For Donald Trump, it was the final provocation by the Mexican authorities who'd failed to stop them.
They could have easily broken up this group, arrested them, or sent them back home, and they didn't do anything. We're asking Mexico to enforce their own laws to help stop the people coming in from Central America. We've seen a massive influx of people coming from that region, and they have certainly the ability and the legal authority in which to deal with it, and we're simply asking them to do that.
Allahu Akbar.
Aid groups fear a humanitarian disaster is about to hit northwestern Syria. It's been a month since the conflict escalated in Idlib province, and the heads of these Syrian aid groups are calling on world leaders to end the violence.
First of all, provide protection to the people in the north. Unfortunately, the attacks are taking place on a regular basis. Today we have received an update where a lot of attacks took place, and there were a lot of targeting on health facilities and health personnel. One of this has not been witnessed before, and hopefully we will try to put pressure on the parties to the conflict to stop.
These images have become an all too common sight for first responders and aid groups operating in Idlib. They want the UN Security Council to act immediately. But Russia's involved in the ongoing Idlib offensive, and it has a veto as a permanent member of the Security Council. As its planes help the Syrian regime carry out airstrikes on the province, civilian casualties are rising there by the day. Volunteers known as the White Helmets are helping the victims, but they've also been targeted. Missiles have destroyed 6 of their civil defense centers in the past month alone.
Bună ziua! for 6 years. It's been too long, and it's now their time to get their trash back.
I'm happy about it, because here in the Philippines, there's a lot of trash in here already. So we don't need someone's trash.
I called 911 and stayed on the phone with them until they said to stay in there until the cops got there to let us come out. There was probably about 20 of us in an office crammed in. We barricaded the door. We were all just terrified. We almost kind of felt like it wasn't real, that we were in a dream.
We heard shooting, but we didn't think it was that close, like in proximity of the building.
While the scene is secure, we have a long-term investigative process that's being undertaken right now.
This is the most devastating day in the history of Virginia Beach. The people involved are our friends, co-workers, neighbors, colleagues.